Hello and welcome to this Nomidio Identity as a Service demonstration. In this session I'm going to be deploying the Nomidio Identity Service into a contact center with the aim of showing how quick and how easy that deployment is. So Nomidio is a full biometric customer identity service deployable with contact centers, which lets you verify customers without using passwords and other knowledge-based authentication. So Nomidio manages all the registrations and verifications and allows you to have those secure engagements with customers that call in without having to implement your own biometric system. So to show you the deployment of Nomidio, the prerequisite, I need a contact center. So I already have a contact center set up in Amazon Connect. And I'm going to then subscribe to and deploy Nomidio from the AWS Marketplace. So without further ado, let's get on and do that. Here's a window to let me log into AWS. So I have an account, an AWS account set up in the name of Acme Financial Corporation, and I'm going to log in with the pre-prepared credentials into that instance. Here we go. So just to see, you can see here that I have the Amazon Connect instance up and running, ready to use. So let's go to the Amazon Marketplace and find Nomidio. I'm sure you're all familiar with the marketplace. Here I'm logged in as the Acme user, and if I search for identity as a service, which is what I want, see what we get. There we go, Nomidio, top of the list. So I have already previously subscribed to Nomidio, so as I subscribe from here, it will take me to the Nomidio registration page and allow me to access my registration. So it will already know who I am. So let's get started with that registration, and here we see it already knows I'm Acme Financial Corporation, using Connect in London, and I have a user already set up, which I will just confirm. And that will take me through to be able to log in directly to the admin portal. Now, just a note to say that a quick start guide is available which describes the Nomidio system, its architecture, how it sits within AWS, and gives a detailed step-by-step guide of how to deploy the service. And that's effectively what I'm going to follow in this demonstration. So let's log into Nomidio, because I'm going to need to access the admin portal for some details. And I have a login and do the MFA. Obviously we keep MFA on all these accounts because it's very important. 447583 is my code for that in a moment. And here we have the Nomidio admin portal, and you can see my account is in trial mode. So when you register for Nomidio, you get a free 31-day trial, and in that period you get a quota of, you can see I've got a quota here of challenges and invitations that I can use for free during that trial. Now the way that Nomidio is deployed, we use CloudFormation templates to do that, and so to start the deployment I merely click on this button, which takes me to a customized CloudFormation template which has been customized for me specifically according to my account there. So here I am back in AWS as the Acme user, ready to start my deployment of Nomidio. Now this CloudFormation template has a number of parameters which basically I have to go through and fill in, and you'll see that quite a few of them are already filled in with predetermined values, which you can change if you want to, but these come from your Nomidio registration, such as company name and ID and so on. And there's just a few smaller details particularly about the Amazon Connect and Amazon user that you have to fill in for the deployment. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. just for fun, let's start a little timer and see how long this takes to deploy. Right, let's crack on. So we're going to give the stack a name, Nomidio, and the first thing it needs to know is who am I as a user, so it needs to know the ARN of me as a user in AWS. So I will go to the users groups and see me as a user where I can see my ARN, copy that and paste it into there. I need to name a bucket for it to put some assets in as it goes through the installation. And then I need to give it the keys, the access key pair, in order to access Nomidio. And I generate the key pair from the admin portal. See, that's an easy thing to do. And then I can copy the ID for the key, which you can see, and the secret, which obviously you can't see. I just copy and paste those. And then I need to tell it where my Connect instance is. So if I go to Amazon Connect, I can get the ARN of my contact center, which I set up previously, and that's shown here. So I just need to copy that and put that in there. And the alias for the instance, which is this, which I can copy and put in there, and that's it. Just acknowledge I'm going to create some resources and set the stack going. So now the CloudFormation template is up and running and going through the process of setting up all of the assets and the different elements of integration that are required for the deployment of Nomidio. So that'll include things like downloading some Lambda functions, setting them up, giving them permissions, downloading keys, encryption keys for encrypting data, setting up some buckets to put information in, and so on and so forth. So whilst that chugs away in the background, that takes maybe 3 or 4 minutes to do. You'll see it's already off and running. There's a couple of things I need to do as well. So the first of which is I need to enable streaming in my Connect instance. For some reason, the default for when you create a Connect instance is not to enable live streaming, live media streaming, and we need to have that so that we can manage voice data in the process. So I'm going to enable that. It's a very easy thing to do. I set a key so that it can encrypt the streams and set it to have no data retention. I don't want any of the data retained. Save those settings and save them to my Connect. And that has enabled live streaming. Great. Okay, now the other thing I need to do is import some Connect call flows into my Amazon Connect instance. Those call flows have been created and set up by the CloudFormation process, and I need to import them. So let's log into my Amazon Connect instance. Get the right password for that as the Acme agent. And here we are in contact flows. So as part of the CloudFormation process, we will have created a bucket in S3 and placed some assets in there. So I'm going to go to the S3 service. It should be a Nomidio bucket in my account. Here it is, and the assets will start to arrive in there as part of that CloudFormation process. So we can see that the Lambda functions have arrived and are being deployed, and the next things that will arrive in this S3 bucket as a kind of staging area. There'll be the soft phone, because we deploy I chose to deploy a standalone soft phone to use with this instance. So there we go, the soft phone's arrived. And then the final thing that arrive here will be the contact flows, 3 contact flows that I need to import into my Connect instance. So just as soon as those arrive, I will download them and then import them into the Amazon Connect instance. So it'll just take a few minutes. It's still chugging away in the background here. All good things going on here. And let's see when they arrive. This is when I get terribly impatient, there we go, contact flows turned up. Should be 3 of them, and I will download those one at a time because S3 doesn't allow me to download more than one item at a time for some reason. I never understood. There we are, they've all downloaded. So now I will go back to Amazon Connect and import those, which you do by creating a flow and importing from, there they are, from a file, and I have to do them in a specific order. These get imported in and I save and publish them. That's the first one done. And second one is the authentication flow, which is really quite a complex flow, and you'll see it takes a little bit of time to actually import. So what's happening there is that the logic and the flows for managing the authentication process are being imported both into my Connect instance, but also into the editor here, and it's the editor that takes a little bit of time to get them on board and render them, because it's quite large and complex. So we'll publish that. It'll want to draw it again, which will take a few seconds. Wait for that to draw. There we go. And then I need to do the final one. Oh yeah, final one, which is the pre-flow. And they need to be done in that order specifically. This one thinks it's got an error when you import it, but actually when you save it and publish it, it resolves that and doesn't have an error at all. Okay, so that's done that bit. Now let's see how the CloudFormation template is doing. It's completed. So the outputs from that include, one of the things it includes is the URL for the soft phone, and what I have to do is also allow that soft phone to access the Connect instance so that they can operate together, and in order to do that I need to go to my instance and provide an application integration as an origin for that soft phone address, which is specific to my instance here. That's that done, and then the final thing I need to do is go to the phone number in my contact center and say I want you to use Nomidio. Bang, there we go, stop the clock, we've finished. So 7 minutes 37 seconds and I have installed a complete biometric authentication system. It sits there against my contact center number and manages the flows completely by itself. So let's test that just to make sure that I really have done what I've said I've done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call into the contact center from a phone where I already have a Nomidio ID, and it will go through the process of verifying my identity. Right, in order to do that, obviously I need to have a phone as an agent, so I'm going to be an agent in my own contact center. So here I am working at home, and I am given the URL to log into the contact center as an agent. So I'm going to go to that URL and you'll see this is the agent soft phone opening page. So I open this, and because I'm already logged in, it's logged me into the phone already. I'm going to set that available, and you'll see this is the standard soft phone. Let's get rid of that page, don't need that anymore. So it's a standard soft phone, and it has the Nomidio panel added alongside it. So I am going to move that out of the way as well, we don't need that. And I'm now going to call into my contact center, and we will listen to hopefully the biometric process being done and me being put through, and we'll see the details of my call status come through to the agent. So let's listen to that.
Welcome to Acme Fin Corporation. We will now authenticate you using your voice. After the tone, please speak the phrase, "My voice is my password," followed by the hash key.
My voice is my password.
Thank you. Your voice is being verified. Please wait. Your voice has now been processed. Your Nomidio ID verification has been completed. You will now be transferred to an agent. Thank you for calling. Your call is very important to us and will be answered in the order it was received.
And then I get, put that on quiet, then I get put into a queue, and that will then filter through to the available agents. And as I am an available agent here, I should see, here we go, the call arrives, and I'm ready to answer that. So I'm going to answer that, so we stop the ringing.
Basic queue.
And what we can see here is with this standalone soft phone, we know who I am. I've got an ID that I can use in my CRM system to identify me. We know that this caller has passed a standard challenge. They've passed it. A standard challenge in this context is a voice-only challenge. And that my status is enrolled, which means that I have already enrolled with my identity with Acme Finance. So as an agent, I know instantly from the point of answering the phone who I'm talking to and that they really are who they say they are. So there we go. I'm going to end that call. And that completes the demonstration. And I hope you can see the speed and the ease with which I deployed that the system. If we just take a quick look here, 7 minutes 37 seconds to deploy an entire biometric identity system, I think you'll agree is a pretty swift achievement. I hope you found that interesting. If you'd like to know more, then you can find details of the Nomidio Identity as a Service on the AWS Marketplace, or you can come direct to us at nomidio.com. Thanks very much.